invest more time and energy into understanding and presenting the information so that it's worthwhile. Things like chain of evidence is a good example of that, where you might have all this information, but if you don't track it properly, it's useless. Or you might have a lot of video data, but how do you search through that video data to find things that you're interested in? Those are places where we can apply more technology and more innovation to make the information more usable to people like you and our customers. Thanks for listening.
Thanks so much, Todd. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Donnie, and thanks to the entire IWCE team for putting on a great show we do, like you guys do every year. It's also nice to see all these familiar faces in the audience, and I appreciate this week and having the opportunity to network and talk with everybody about local plans and local jurisdictions, and also the opportunity to work with my colleagues on panels like this and work on bringing innovative solutions to the market. Before I jump in to talk about Motorola Solutions, I actually want to run a quick video. If you can cue up the video, please.
Today, because this didn't happen, crowds can rise. Because this didn't happen, hearts can race. Because this didn't happen, electricity can flow. The future of safety is more than better equipment. It's equipping those who keep us safe differently, with technology that responds even before the first response. A network of devices and applications that extracts critical intelligence from immediate raw data, and design that delivers that intelligence specifically in environments of extreme stress, giving those who stand between order and chaos the power to change the trajectory of a single moment while still in that moment. To keep cities out of the dark, to guide those on the ground, to prevent a natural disaster from becoming a human one, so that people can build their lives never thinking twice on an unquestioned foundation of safety. Free to create, to innovate, to celebrate. Because when nothing happens, everything else can.
I always talk to our chief marketing officer about putting a commercial like this in the Super Bowl, and then he tells me that how you're going to fund it, and the conversation ends pretty quickly. But obviously, we do a great job in marketing, and kudos to our team for it. But the video, I wanted to play that because it's impactful because for a couple of reasons. One, it doesn't talk about infrastructure, it doesn't talk about devices, which everybody knows Motorola does very well, whether it's push-to-talk, P25, or Tetra. It really talks about the solutions and the applications that those network infrastructures provide for public safety. So it's no secret what Motorola does and what we do very well, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what a lot of people don't know about Motorola and what we do, and that's really around our investments. Motorola is the largest, by far, investor in research and development in the public safety industry, more so than many of our competitors combined. And we do that for multiple reasons. We do that to focus in on solutions and applications and value-add differentiating features that we know our public safety first responders need in moments of stress and very rapid response times. And a large portion of that R&D is really spent on broadband. And we focus in on layers above the infrastructure when it comes to broadband. So we've taken 80 years of experience in serving public safety communication industries and combine that with the largest R&D investment in the world in this industry to bring value-add features to public safety, things like priority, QoS, and local control, and preemption. And LTE to LTE roaming was one of the first things we did with one of our carrier partners, really to enable coverage solutions for public safety. And we're moving into things like analytics and intelligence-led policing that not only provide value, but provide differentiated services in a real-time basis, in a real-time fashion to public safety emergency response. So throughout the week here, I've been getting a lot of questions about Motorola and what are we doing with FirstNet, and how do you guys continue to involve yourselves in early builder projects. And we involve ourselves in early builder projects like LA Bricks in Mississippi and Harris County, and a couple international countrywide opportunities that we've recently been awarded. And we involve ourselves in those projects because of our commitment to public safety. And I think it's no secret that nobody gets rich off of early builder projects. I'm sure my colleague at General Dynamics can vouch for that. But we do it because we want to bring the next level, the next wave of innovation to public safety. And it's around the applications and the devices and the deployable solutions that we know are going to be required by FirstNet, by states, by cities and counties. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about Motorola and what we do and all the technologies that I actually talked about here from an application and feature function perspective are on display at our booths. I would encourage everybody to come by and take a look at it. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks so much, Rishi. All right, now we will start the questions. So one of the things that's been very interesting here is, I'm sorry, not from the audience, I apologize. I'll let you know.
You don't want to take any questions?
Not right now. The question and answer part.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't want to leave you standing there for a long time. So one of the big things that people are talking about here, obviously, is broadband. And one of the things that's kind of interesting if you go out on the show floor is even how much it's actually impacted things that maybe you wouldn't have thought broadband would be part of. Like a traditional LMR radio. You've got a lot of radios with Wi-Fi connectivity, LTE connectivity you have, and then on the other side of it, you see dispatch centers supporting push talk over cellular. And then there are all kinds of enterprise applications as well. Wanted to go through and ask you guys, what do you see as the biggest opportunities associated with the LTE, Wi-Fi, broadband connectivity that's happening? Scott?
You're kind of asking, putting the fox in the hen house when you ask that question of AT&T. So thank you. Mark Andreessen said in 2011 that software is eating the world, and I think that's accurate. Basically, what that meant is the the software is changing the economics. You're taking a company like Blockbuster, and then you're bringing in a disruptive technology software base of Netflix, and you're basically changing it and turning it on its head. I'm going to argue that is accurate, and that is still going on, that mobility is really eating the world. Because it's not just it's not just the software and access, but it's access wherever you are. I probably will think I'm not the best parent, but let me give you an example. So anytime I'm out and my 2-year-old is a little acting up, I pull out my phone and I pull up a little Elmo. So hand her the Elmo, and I can do that on demand wherever I am. So it's obviously changing things, and think about that from a perspective of culture. I'm actually teaching my daughter a different way of consuming television content. And does that mean that, and our friends at Panasonic who sell TVs, does that mean, when she's of age, when she's to buy a TV, that it's not going to be a TV, it's going to be a tablet? So truly, mobility is eating the world. Being able to take applications, take solutions, take things you need to do in public safety, in general enterprise, and be able to do it wherever you are, whenever you want. And that is really changing. And LTE, when we talk about LTE, is enabling that. It's enabling that because now you actually have broadband access to the speed you need. It's not clunky because you guys know the stat. The stat is if a web page doesn't load within 4 seconds, you're moving on to the next. So if your solution's not loading, public safety is going to throw it away and say, this doesn't work. So you need something fast, you need something quick. So LTE is going to be the underpinning of all these great solutions. It's going to be the delivery mechanism, it's going to be the content. So I think that it is the enabling technology, and it's definitely important.
All right. Well, Patrick?
Thank you. So yes, agree with what Scott is saying here. Not surprising since we are in the same industry doing a lot of the same things.
You kind of have to agree.
I kind of have to agree with yes, that is. I do have to agree with you. from what we're seeing, what we're doing, I talked a little bit about this 50 billion connections. It's the number of connections that are driving a lot of these innovations. And as you connect more and more things, the value of the network grows exponentially. So I think that's one of the things to consider, that number of connections drives a lot of new applications. But it's not just the connections. There are three forces that we talk about a lot that are behind all of this innovation: mobility, broadband, and cloud. So the cloud in this context encapsulates software and IP. So if you're taking all of these things together, now you're getting into a new world where you can do rapid innovation. I think that is the value. Now LTE is of course a very important technology for the connectivity, for the mobility, and for the broadband. But it's not just the only technology. One of my favorite examples of how this can change an industry is Maersk shipping. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Maersk. They're actually the largest container shipping company in the world. They are delivering everything from world to anywhere. And one of the things that they do deliver are bananas coming straight to your grocery store. And they have a system in place to make sure that the bananas arrive right. May sound very trivial, but to me it's important to have a good banana. I don't know about you. How have we done this? Well, they have ships all over the world, on all oceans. So we have actually helped them develop the largest connected network in the world, covering the entire oceans. So they can connect containers wherever they are, whether they are on land, whether they are on their ships going across the oceans, and they can determine when will a particular container with my banana arrive into store, into the port, and when will it, how long time will it take before it is in the grocery store, and they can start then affecting the conditions inside the container to make the banana ripe properly. The temperature, the gas conditions that put in, the gases that put in there, etc. etc. I know this sounds funny, trivial example, bananas, but I love it because it exemplifies how you can use LTE and other technologies. In this case, they combine LTE, Wi-Fi, and satellite to make all this work end to end.
James, what opportunities do you see with the project?
Sorry.
What opportunities?
Oh yeah. No.